What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my African cichlid tank. And today I'm going to be testing the levels of my water. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to be checking my ammonia levels, my nitrate levels, my nitrite levels, and the water hardness and pH. And I'm going to show you how I do that right now. Alright guys, so here's some of the products that I use. Here's some of the products from API that I use. Stress Coat Plus. This makes the tap water safe. It takes away some of the hard metals that are in the water, and I use it every time I change my water, or if I ever decide to add fish. It's going to help replace the slime coat on the outside of the fish and just give them a less stressful environment as I introduce them into my fish tank environment. This is another product from API. I use this every once in a while when the water's kind of cloudy, and this makes the water a little bit more clear. And I don't really use that too much, but I do have that part of my collection. This one here, use this in the beginning of the whenever you're starting a new tank. I put this in there. That's going to help some of those microorganisms kind of bloom and blossom in the tank. So I use this also whenever I do water changes, just a little tad bit, just to get a little bit of that microorganism boost going on there, get it blooming up. And that's only when I realize that, hey, we're running low on those microorganisms, where we have a lot of ammonia, or we have some kind of problem with the nitrates or nitrites. The next product I'm going to talk about real quick is the Malawi Victoria buffer, and this keeps my pH level between 7.8 and 8.4. And this is a pretty good product. It really helps me because my water comes out of the tap at 7.4, so I really need to use this product in order to have a nice habitat for my African cichlids. I also use cichlid lake salt. This helps to make a good environment that's really, really close to the natural environment for my African cichlids. As you can see here, it has a lot of vitamins and minerals, and then also the main point of this product, it makes the water harder. So I use that product whenever I do a water change. So I'll put that to the side. So here we have the three main products we're talking about today. And that's our API High Range pH Test Kit, our API Test Strip from Ammonia. That's a testing for the ammonia. And our 6-in-1 from S&J Wave I got on Amazon, which tests a lot of stuff, but I kind of like the drip drops of the high range pH test better than this, because somehow I used that one and then I used this. And I'm getting it's kind of hard to tell the color on there, but on there you could really tell the color. So let's get started on our water test. First, let's test the pH level. Alright, I went ahead and washed my hands because I don't want to introduce any kind of foreign bacteria that might alter my fish's environment. So I went ahead and washed my hands. Here, the instructions say I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with 5 milliliters up to the line of tank water, and I'm going to add 5 drops of the high range pH solution. We're going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, as you can see here, we have about 5 milliliters of tank water in our API glass flask. That is included with the package. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 5 drops of the high range pH test solution, and we're going to compare the color to the included color cards. Alright guys, we're looking at the Freshwater high range pH color card. And here's the flask that I added 5 drops to. Let's see what it looks close to. It's definitely not 8.2, because that looks a little bit more brown, as you can see by the color card. This looks a little bit more purple, and I'm not sure it's quite really purple like 8.8, but it's somewhere between 8.8 and 8.4. It's kind of hard to tell through the camera, but I'm gonna look at it through my naked eye. Let's see here. Yeah, so after looking at it, I'm going to say it's somewhere between 8.4 and 8.8. It doesn't quite match up with 8.4, and it doesn't quite match up with 8.8. So I'm going to say it's somewhere in between there. It's definitely not 8.3. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other tests I do on my freshwater aquarium. And for my next demonstration, I'm going to fill up this flask with tank water so I can do my 6-in-1 aquarium test strip from S&J Wave. Here we go. Oh, those mbunas really want to bite my finger. I'll pour a little bit out because I think I have too much. I don't think anything came out, so I'm gonna try again. There we go. Let's stick a test strip in here and test for 6 different things. Alright, here's the test strip that I just pulled out after dipping it for 2 seconds, as the instructions say. So, number 1 is general hardness. Looks like we have definitely a lot of minerals and metals in the water, which African cichlids really like. The first one is our nitrates, I believe. The first one is our nitrites. I think the second one is the nitrates. And we can see that we're getting up a little high. I think we're due for a water change. The next one we're looking at is our chlorine. Looks like we're about pretty much zero on our chlorine, as to be expected with my local water. The next green is the other kind of hardness. I forgot what the KH stands for, but if you know, then you know. So that's the KH. And African cichlids do like a little bit of harder water, so we're looking like we're a little bit on the hard side. Now the pH level on this test strip always sets me off, because that's why I use the 5-drip method from API. This one's looking at maybe an 8.4, 8.0, or 7.5, who knows? That's why I like the drip type of test instead of this kind, where it tells you different colors and it's kind of hard to tell. So, alright, finally guys, we're going to do an ammonia test. Let's see how much ammonia is in my tank. Alright guys, so it's fast and easy to do an ammonia test with the API ammonia test strips, available at your local pet store. You simply take this tab, dip it directly in the tank for 2 seconds, you take it out and let it sit for 60 seconds at a horizontal level, and we'll check out our results right now. Alright guys, let's take a look at what we got here. That's 0. And that's 0.5. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand. Looks like we're getting between 0.5 and 1. Right, because it's definitely not dark green like 3. So, we have an ammonia level between 0.5 and 0.1, which is definitely time for a water change, I'd say. I did my water change about 3 days ago. But I would say we're definitely closer to 0.5. You don't want to focus. Alright guys, so I just finished testing all the parameters of my water here at the African cichlid tank. I'm more than happy to have you join me. And I'm going to leave you guys with a couple minutes of a few beautiful fish swimming around peacefully in their own environment. And after this video, I'm pretty sure it's time for a water change. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.